Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Ryan Turley here, and today I am going to show you how to properly clean and maintain your Traeger grill. So this channel is dedicated to smoking meats on my Traeger grill. If this is your first time stopping by, thanks so much, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a future upload. I've seen a lot of posts out there of Traegers catching fire and pellets filling up in the firebox. There's just a few simple things that you can do just to avoid all that. So I'm going to show you what tools I use and then run through the process. Like I said, it's super simple, so stay tuned. So here are some of the things that I use each time that I clean my Traeger grill. I've got here some Reynolds heavy duty aluminum foil. You can use the Traeger foil, but I find this to be much more cost effective and work just as fine. I've also got some CitruSafe, which is a natural citrus based cleaner. Traeger makes some of this, but it's about twice the price, and I found that this works just as well. And then I've got a paint scraper and a flathead screwdriver, and you'll see why I use those in just a minute. And of course we've got our shop vac. Mine is a Stanley 6-gallon. It was about 75 bucks on Amazon. You can get a bucket head from Home Depot. You could use your home vacuum as well, but I do not recommend that. You want to keep those filters super clean on those home vacuums. All right, so we are gonna clean the outside of the grill first. One thing I forgot to mention, of course, you're gonna need some paper towels for this job. So I just like to spray down all surfaces on the outside of the grill. Make sure to focus on any grease spots. All right, the outside of the grill is looking really good. Now let's jump inside. So you'll notice that my drip pan is not that dirty, but I clean this out almost after every cook or every other cook, depending on what I had in there. And the reason being is that if you get any sort of sugar or oils that collect on there and then you refire your grill, you're gonna be running into this burning and potentially affecting the flavor of your meat. So I like to clean this out every time. And we're gonna jump into that now. Now, before I pull this drip pan out, I am going to scrape the grill grates just so I can get any of that residual material off of there. Now, the only tool I use for my grill grates is this wood scraper. I love this thing. I like all those oils and flavors to stay on my grill grates. The oils also keep my chicken from sticking and my fish from sticking to the grill. So I suggest picking up a wood scraper, and that's all you're gonna need. So we'll remove the grill grate. Next step here is I take this paint scraper. I don't do this every time, but every few cooks I will go through and basically just scrape off any of this burned material on the outside around the rim. Sometimes I'll even scrape along these walls here. As you'll notice, a bunch of ash will collect, and I just don't want any of that ash to get on my food. I do not spray any of the CitruSafe inside of the grill. Some people do that. I don't think it's necessary. I do want to keep my grill nice and seasoned. Now we just remove this drip pan and replace the aluminum foil. Then we remove this heat deflector or heat shield, and then we will vacuum out this inside. All right, now I pretty much use this nozzle with no attachment for the entire vacuuming job. And then I will bring this guy in just to get around some of these tighter corners and little nooks and crannies, but this pretty much does the whole deal. So let's get into it. All right, that's looking a lot better. So again, we just came in here and scraped out these edges. making sure to remove any grease to avoid any of those fires. And then we jumped in here to this firebox and cleaned that out real well with the vacuum, just so that it is always running smooth and the fire will never go out that way. So, all right, now we're gonna reline this drip pan with our heavy duty aluminum foil. I like to go just a little bit past. Now you'll notice I have a increased lip here on this side. That's just to catch any oils that are running down this way from kind of collecting in the corners here or working its way underneath the foil. And then I take my flathead screwdriver and I just lay this section down flat so that the oil and grease can really only go out of here and not collect in the sides and keep my drip pan nice and clean. So, all right, and we've got our grease bucket here. Traeger sells these bucket liners. They're not that expensive, but I really just can't justify the price when I've used heavy duty aluminum foil and never had a problem with it. So this really isn't ready to be emptied yet, but I'm gonna just do it anyway just to show you all. So I just peel this up nice and carefully, not to drain any of that grease onto my table here. And I just hose this off, super clean. I like to double line this, so I fold my heavy duty aluminum foil in half. And then I just create like a nice little cone for this to slide into. Might not be the prettiest looking thing, but it does the trick. All right, we'll get this bucket reattached here underneath our grill. Let's get our heat deflector back on. Our fresh drip tray liner. And when you're reinserting this, you're gonna wanna be really careful not to hit the RTD temperature probe. And then our grill grate here. All right, so the last step here is to clean this RTD temp probe. So I just replaced this RTD temp probe. I was having a lot of issues with temperature at lower heat. So smoke mode or 180 to 250 degrees, my Traeger was consistently running 50 to 100 degrees hotter than it should. So I hit up Traeger and they sent me a new one, and I just put up a video about that, and that link will be above. Just to explain that a little bit more, I go through the installation and how easy it is. So if you're having those same temperature issues, be sure to hit that link. So I clean my RTD temp probe with that same CitruSafe cleaner, and I try to do that every time after every cook. So let's do that. So I just take this here, just spray a paper towel quite heavily with this. I'll just come in here and just wipe this down, and you can see already what a difference that makes after just a couple of swipes. Boom. And it's super important to keep that nice and clean because that is running the temperature in the grill, and you don't want any of that ash affecting the internal temp of the grill. All right, so we are good to go. All right, and I'm sure this goes without saying, but you've gotta fill your hopper up with pellets or you're gonna be in a world of hurt mid-cook. So like I said, it's super simple. These maintenance steps are not that difficult, but it is important that you're doing it on a regular basis just to avoid any of those fires or your hopper going out and pellets building up into the firebox, because that is how a lot of those fires can start, along with any grease accumulating in and around the firebox or even on the drip pan. So if you're running at a really high heat, you want to make sure that your grill is spotless. You do not want any grease in there, or that's how you're going to get a grease fire. So if you're still watching, thanks so much for tuning in. If you do have any questions, please hit them down below. So to all of you who are already subscribed, thanks so much. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss another upload. And until next time, be sure to smoke something outside. We'll catch you later. Peace.